Recently, over the past couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot of questions about WeChat, how to use it, the different functions in the app. So today I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the app. If you're looking to get verified, stay tuned. I am making a video in the future. I'm going to keep that as a separate video because it's a completely different topic. You can't use this if you're not verified, and if you already are verified, that doesn't matter to you. So if that's something that you're looking for, to how to get verified, stay tuned for a future video. Welcome back, guys, or if you are here for the very first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Jillian from JillianShanahan.com, or if you know me on Instagram, it is CJillianTeach. On this channel, we talk about different ways that you can accelerate your own online teaching income. And we talk about this both with companies and independent teaching. We are taking a little bit of a shift towards the independent teaching, but that doesn't mean that the other videos aren't still going to be there. I am still going to be talking about different companies if online teaching independently is not something that you're looking forward to, or not something that you want to get into. So if learning how to grow your income as an online teacher, independent or with another company, if that's something that's up your alley, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit that little bell notification so you don't miss my future videos. Really quick before we get into this, I do want to make sure that I am giving the content that my subscribers need and want. So if there's something specific that you are looking for, if there's something that you want to learn how to do, or a tutorial that you want, or you want a question answered, drop it in the comments below. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys things that you could use right away. All right, moving on, WeChat. So if you're not familiar with WeChat, which you probably are, it is a social media app in China. I like to compare it to Facebook, but it's actually a lot different than Facebook. There are a lot of things you can do on Facebook that you can't do on WeChat, and vice versa. WeChat is more of a closed app, so you're not going to get friend suggestions. You're not going to be able to search for groups and join groups like you can in Facebook. So it is a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that you cannot market on WeChat, and that doesn't mean that you can't connect on WeChat. Obviously, the very first thing that you're going to need to do when you're signing up for WeChat is to download the app and sign up for WeChat. Now, you can do this in two ways. You can either sign up using your phone number, or you can sign up using your Facebook account. Most likely, both ways are going to require a friend verification. It's going to give you a QR code. You give that QR code to your friend, and they'll scan it and it'll verify you. Some people have told me that when they signed up using Facebook, that they were able to skip the verification process. It hasn't worked for everybody, but it's out there if you want to give that a shot. And like I said earlier, I do have a video coming soon that's going to tell you different ways that you can get verified, even if you don't have anybody that can verify. So with WeChat, you can only verify somebody if you've been on the platform for more than 6 months, and if you haven't verified anybody in the last 30 days, because you can only verify one account every 30 days. I'm willing to bet that like in 6 months, everybody's going to be able to verify again because everybody is joining now. But right now there are more people trying to join than are able to verify. So right at the very beginning of this, it is a little tougher. As time goes on, I think it's going to be a little bit easier because more people will be on WeChat and be able to verify. But right now everybody's trying to get on it once, and it's like, the door is only this big and only a couple people can go through. So once you're on WeChat, the very first thing that you're going to need to do is set up your WeChat profile. On WeChat, there are 3 different ways that somebody can find you. They can either find you by your phone number, by looking up your phone number. They can find you by your WeChat ID, or they can find you by a scan code, a QR code that was given to them. When you first join WeChat, your WeChat ID is going to be a little bit obnoxious. It's going to be like WCIX_478924-8GHPW. It's going to be this long string of numbers and letters, and nobody is going to want to type that in. Even if you find someone, you're like, hey, this is my WeChat ID. Nobody wants to type that in if you give them that WeChat ID, and nobody's going to find you from that. I would go ahead, make your WeChat ID something that is easy to find and is branded. If you've already been teaching online with another ESL company, then I would suggest to use the same name that you use in that company. So for example, my name on Palefish is Jillian Teaches, so I made my WeChat ID Jillian Teaches. When you change your ID, make sure it's exactly what you want it to be, because you could only change your ID, your WeChat ID, one time a year. So once it's out there, Once it's done, you have to wait a whole another year to change it. So make sure there aren't any typos and make sure it's exactly what you want it to be. If you weren't teaching for another company, or you don't think that other people are going to be looking for you using, some old teacher ID because maybe you didn't have one before, then you can use something that either applies to your niche or your brand. But I would make sure that you have something there. Make sure that you don't use the auto-generated WeChat ID. That's the very first thing that you should do. No parent is going to type that in there. Make sure that you change it so that it's something easy for them to write.
To change your WeChat ID, first go to Me and then go to Settings. Click on Account Security, and where it says WeChat ID, you're just going to click on that and then you can change it.
Once you've got some friends on WeChat, I want you to choose 3 people that you like, know, trust. You know them outside of WeChat, whether it be on Facebook, phone number, real life, however you talk to them. Pick 3 people on WeChat at least and make them your emergency contacts. This is in case you get locked out of WeChat. It can be a hassle to get your account unlocked, but if you have your emergency contacts, they can help you unlock it. I'm going to show you a couple of really quick things that you should do. First thing, as soon as you get your profile set up, you're going to want to set up your profile. So you're going to go to Me, and then there's that little arrow at the top bar. Click on that little arrow. It's going to show you your WeChat ID. It's going to show you your profile name, your profile picture, and your QR code. So upload a profile picture. For your profile picture, if you are working for another online teaching company, I would recommend to make that profile picture match the profile picture that you use for the other company that you work for. That way, if they happen to see you somewhere, they're like, hey, I know that person, I recognize that picture. And that's just another easy way for you to get matched up with your students. Where it says QR code, if you take a picture of this QR code, this is actually something you could send to people and then they can scan it in the WeChat app. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. They can scan it in the WeChat app though, and then they can add you as a friend. If you want to find your friends on the app and you want to add your friends, to add friends, you're going to go into your WeChat app and click the plus button at the top and then go down to add contacts. If you have a contact that you want to add, you will type in either their WeChat ID or their phone number. You can also scan the QR code, and you can also find people that are in your phone. So if somebody's in your phone book, you can click mobile contacts, open it up, and it's going to tell you your friends that are on WeChat, and you can add them as contacts on WeChat. One of the functions that you should be using in WeChat is the WeChat Groups. Now these are completely different than Facebook groups. With Facebook groups, they're a little bit different. These are basically like a big group chat. You can have up to 500 people in a group, and then after 500, it's closed. People can join a group from a QR code as long as the group is smaller than 200 people. So once it's over 200, they can no longer join using the QR code. They have to be invited in by somebody who's already in the group. Chat is all about making those connections, just like any social media. It's all about making the connections with the people that are on it. You want to make sure that you've got a group chat going. What I would suggest doing is if you have a couple of students that you already got their contact information, pull them into a group, join them together in a group, and most likely they will help your group grow, especially if they love you as a teacher. That's one way that they're going to recommend you as a teacher. So start your own group, put your students in it, and just welcome them. Be like, hey, if you know anybody that might like this group, feel free to join it, and then they can invite their friends into the group. To start a group, you're going to click the plus button and then new chat. Then you're going to select join private group, and you're going to put in any 4-digit number for your password. You're probably never going to use this. And once that's all finished, you're going to get a QR code to share. If you click up in the upper right hand corner, the 3 dots, it will allow you to change the group name, put in a group notice. So this is kind of like your rules or anything that you want everybody to know, like an announcement almost. Scroll down, you can see your alias in the group. So if you wanted to change this to Teacher Jillian, for example, I could change it to Teacher Jillian, and that way right away everybody knows I'm not just Jillian Shanahan in the group, I am Teacher Jillian. I am the teacher that's running the group. And at the top you can also see where you can add or delete people from the group. So right now this group doesn't have anybody in it. I would just click the plus button and then add the friends that I wanted, invite the friends that I wanted to the group. When you first log on to WeChat, all of your messages are going to be on the screen. Like, that's the main thing that you're going to see. It's going to be the messages, and it's going to be group messages and private messages. So your little speech bubble, and then next to it, it says contacts. If you click on contacts, under new friends, it will have the people that have requested to add you as a friend. When you view the request, it's going to tell you where that friend request came from, whether they scanned your QR code or they saw you in a group, or maybe somebody shared your contact card with them. So you can see in WeChat, everything is kind of like word of mouth and recommendations. Like that's how you're going to grow your WeChat, is through word of mouth and recommendations. And if you can remember this, you're going to be successful on WeChat. There are some other very important functions that you should know about. So when you go on WeChat, you're going to notice that like everybody is probably speaking in Chinese. You might get a couple people that speak in English, but it's more comfortable, it's more natural because that's their language. So the majority of people are going to be speaking in Chinese. And if you don't speak Chinese, this can be a little difficult. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the message that you need translated and just hold it. It's going to pop up something that says translate, and it's going to automatically translate it into your language for you. This is a function that a lot of people don't know about. So sometimes you might get a picture and you take a screenshot of that picture and then bring it over to the Google Translate app so that you can translate the picture and find out what it says in it. You can actually do that all in the app. So once you have the image pulled up, open up the image so it takes up your whole screen. At the bottom, you're going to see those 3 little dots. Click on the 3 little dots, and it will actually allow you to translate image text. Another thing that you're going to want to utilize is the moments. So moments are kind of like your status updates, your photo updates, and these will actually go on a feed for people to look at. So in China, the app is a lot different. In China, it's going to look different for them, but it's something that you want to make sure that you're doing. You want to make sure that you're consistently uploading moments on the app so that you can engage with your followers, engage with your WeChat friends. So to upload a moment, you're going to click on me and then go to moments. It's going to show you all of your moments that you've uploaded. Click on my moments, and then on today's date, there will be a blank camera there. Click on the camera and choose a moment to upload. You'll also notice that here you can also change your cover picture. So if you want to change your cover picture, now's a good time to do it. Click on the cover picture and you can put whatever you want to there for a cover picture. Just kind of like a Facebook, like your Facebook cover picture, your Facebook banner picture. It's kind of like the same thing, the same idea. I am working on something that is going to break it down exactly what to post, when to post, how to convert your WeChat followers into paying clients. If you are new on WeChat, I do want to give you a word of caution. Like any social media app, they all have it. Instagram has it, TikTok has it. We hear about getting shadow banned on TikTok. Instagram has it, Facebook has it. They all have it. WeChat is no different. They use a computerized system, an AI system, to determine if somebody is a bot or a scammer. So if you automatically, as soon as you join, you automatically join, and then you request to join like 100 groups, or you get pulled into 100 groups, or you start adding everybody that you can possibly add, just going down through a group and like adding people through the group as friends. Those are things that can get your account temporarily restricted. And it's kind of like WeChat Jail. So if you want to stay out of WeChat Jail, try to ease your way into it. Like as soon as you're verified, don't go through and try to join every single group that you know exists. Don't try to friend every single person that you know exists, or don't go through the group members and just try to like add everybody as friends. Don't do that. Those are things that will flag your account. And if you're talking to somebody and their account is new, they'll probably have, it's like a little red warning message on their account. They'll be like, hey, this account is brand new. You might not want to trust it yet. It has, you know, it will give you the option to verify that account. If it's your friend, go ahead and verify that that person is like a real account and that you know that person, because it will help them out in the future. But also let them know that that message showed up on their account, because if it's there, they have a high probability of going to WeChat Jail, which they want to stay out of because they don't want to get blocked, they don't want to get banned, they don't want to be restricted on WeChat. All right guys, I hope this helped you. Like I said, in the future, I'm going to be releasing a video on how to get verified on WeChat. There are different ways that you can get verified, even if you don't know someone that's currently on WeChat or you don't have a way to contact them. All right, guys, I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Bye. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna
gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me